Hi there, my name's Andy Hillier and today's guitar lesson is going to be on my fingerstyle arrangement of Peaches from the Super Mario Brothers movie, which is sung by Jack Black. It's an awesome performance, it's a great fun song, but I'm going to do my fingerstyle arrangement of it. So check that out, I'll leave a link in the description and a card above. You can see a full playthrough. And in this video I'm going to teach you that, but just before I do, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, press the notifications, and I do love to hear from you, so please leave me some comments in the comment section, including what you think of the arrangement, and more importantly, what songs I should do next. And if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me, support the channel, and you want to print the tabs off for this, then I'll put them on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. My guitar is in standard tuning. Right, the first line that we've got to play, it's like the piano intro, sounds like this. So to play that, it's a little bit awkward just because the way that the piano player's playing, so I had to do slightly strange fingering, but the first hit we're going to use second finger on E2, third finger on G3. You play them at the same time. Then little finger is going to play the D4, and then take your third finger off and put your first finger on G1. So it's a bit awkward to go. Then back to G3, and then the D4. So first bar. A little bit awkward fingering. On to bar 2, and we've got... So I'm using my second finger on E4, third finger on G5, little finger on D6, and playing those 3 notes at the same time. Then we're going to play G3 with my first finger, take my third finger off, put my third finger back down on the G5, so it goes into bar 3, and we've got, which is E1 and G1, I'm just barring my first finger. Then third finger on D3, little finger on G3, then back to take little finger off and play G1, and then D3. So it goes. And then the last bar of the line, bar 4, we've got fret 1 on the A string and fret 2 on the B string at the same time. Then B4, then E1. So the whole line slowly goes. And up speed. On to the next line, and we've got this. So for that, E2 and A1 at the same time. And then we go, which is G6, G6, and then G5. So you got, and then straight into the next bar, bar number 6, we go, which is E4, 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 then E1. So the first 2 bars together, you got, and then into the next bar, bar 7, you got, also again into the next bar, so D3 twice, D1, a little slide into D3 from fret 2, and then A4, slide down to A3, then play A1, and might as well hit that last hit, which is just D3 and G6 at the same time. So bars 7 and 8 go. So the whole line you got. on to the next line, and we've got. So for that, E2 and G3 at the same time, and then B2, G3, then B1. Into the next bar, you keep the B1, and you can play another B1, and at the same time play E4. So a bit of a big stretch, then 2 E4s, then 3 G1s. So you got. Into bar 11, we get. So play the open A string, and at the same time play B6, pull off to B4, and then play 2 B4s. So it goes. Little slide into the B6, and then G6 and E6 nearest to your face, and then play G5, G3. So it goes. From bar 11 goes. Then we've got, which is G5 and D6, and then G3 and D6. So it goes. So the whole line. On to the next line. This is kind of feels like the chorus of the song, and you got. So to play that, we play E2 and G3, and then just jumps between the G3 and the B2. So you got. And then it does a similar thing, but you hold E2 and you're going to jump between the G5 and the B4. So a bit of a stretch. So the first 2 bars of that line go. Then we get, which is both E1s at the same time. Then E4, slide up to E6. And then this next bit goes, which is a little, you could either do a pull off, I'm going to do a slide on that, going from fret 9 to fret 8 on the G string, then hit E6 nearest to your face, then G6, and then D8. So that's a little bit of a tricky bit to play. And then the phrase goes, which is G9, slides to G8, play G6, then G8, slides up to 10, and then there's a little E1. You don't need to put that E1 in, but you can put it in if you want. So it's a little bit tricky, that phrase. Let's play the whole line, here we go. Okay, on to the next line, and the first part of it is basically the same. The only bit that changes is the last sort of 5 notes getting the. It's now changed to. It's just the phrasing is slightly different. It's the same notes, but instead of going, it now goes. Hopefully that makes sense. So the whole of that line, and there's no E1 on the end, so you get this. Okay, on to the next line. This feels like the second verse. And we've got. So E2 and G3, and then G3 another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So it goes, so 6 in total. Then play B2. Back to G3, so we got. And then use your second finger E4, third finger on G5. And you play E4 and G5 at the same time, twice. So play the E4 once and the G5 twice, sorry. Then G3, G5, pull off to G3, then play D6, then another D6 at the end of that bar. So first 2 bars of that line go. And then we're playing E6 with B6, then another 3 B6s, B4 twice, B6, then G6. So bar 23. And then E6 and G6, then G6, G5, G6, pull off to G5, then play a G3, then a little E1. So the whole of that line goes. On to the next line, or the second page if you printed it out from my Patreon page. And we've got so to play that, E2 and G3 at the same time, then another G3 and then another G3. So B2, G3, then E4 with the G5 at the same time, then G5, G3, G3, then D6. So then we got, which is A string with E1, E4, E slide to E6, and then this next little phrase, we're going to go E6 and fret 9 on the G string, slide down to fret 8, and then play the into the next bar. Don't play the notes in the brackets, they're just held on. Playing the G6 and then the D8. So then play E4 and then B6. Getting all the strings confused today. So B6 and just slide down from that. So the whole line goes. On to the next line, and it's the same as what we've already played in the first chorus. So you've got this. Okay, so hopefully that should make sense. And then the last line is really weird because he just kind of goes crazy. So I've got. Okay, so it's a bit strange. So E2 and B4, B2, B4, E2, nearest to the floor. So, and then it plays another B4, B2, then playing fret 4 on the D string, fret 5 on the G string, and fret 4 using my first finger barred on the B string, and then play a B7. So you got. Then I just hit this chord, which is E2, and then put my first finger across D, G, and the B strings at the first fret. And then you just play E13, just play it a load of times, because he's just kind of going crazy there. And then hit E16 and make a load of noise just falling off, because on the piano it's just kind of like rolling down. So hopefully that makes sense. So that last line goes. which sounds a bit strange, but if you go and listen to the record, you'll get what I mean. And that's the whole song. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed that little guitar lesson. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, press the notifications, and I do love to hear from you. Please let me know you're watching it out there. So if you want to say hi, just say hi. Let me know where in the world you're from, and more importantly, let me know what songs I should do next. And if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me, support the channel, and you want to print the tabs off for this, then I'll put them on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Well, thanks for watching this. I do appreciate it. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.